What is up, mtg-portal, and we are back for another exciting episode of Eldritch Moon Spoilers. I do apologize this video has come out a little bit later. My work week has been insane, and I am now playing catch-up. So without further ado, let's dive right in, starting with our lands, and see what we've got in this next exciting set of Eldritch Moon Spoilers, right here at mtg-portal. Our first card up is Nephalla Academy. If the spell or ability an opponent controls causes you to discard a card, you may reveal that card and put it on top of your library instead of putting it anywhere else. Tap it to add a dust land to your mana pool. Our next card up is Brazen Wolves, coming in a 2 colorless and a red for a 2/3 common wolf. Whenever Brazen Wolf attacks, it gets +2/+0 till end of turn. Next up, we have Weaver of Lightning, a 2 colorless and a red for a 1/4 uncommon human shaman with reach. Whenever you cast an instant or sorcery spell, Weaver of Lightning deals 1 damage to target creature an opponent controls. Our next card up is Prophet Ravings. At 1 red, it is a common enchant aura. Enchanted creature has haste, and you may tap it to discard a card and draw a card, i.e. Madness Enabler. Our next card up is Savage Alliance, coming in a 2 colorless and a red for an uncommon instant with Escalate 1. You may choose one or more. Creatures target player controls gain trample till end of turn. Savage Alliance deals 2 damage to target creature, or Savage Alliance deals 1 damage to each creature target opponent controls. Our next card up is Shreds of Sanity, coming in a 2 colorless and a red for an uncommon sorcery that simply states, return up to 1 target instant card and up to 1 target sorcery card from your graveyard to your hand. Then discard a card and exile Shreds of Sanity. Our next card up is Spreading Flames. It's 6 colorless and a red for an uncommon instant. Spreading Flames deals 6 damage divided as you choose among any number of target creatures. Our next card up is Stinside Banquet, coming in at 2 colorless and a red for a common sorcery. Stinside Banquet deals damage to target opponent equal to the number of vampires you control, and you draw a card. Our next card up is Abandoned Reason. At 2 colorless and a red for an uncommon instant, up to 2 target creatures each get +1/+0 until end of turn and gain first strike. It also has a madness cost for 1 colorless and a red. Our next card up is Distemper of the Blood, coming in at 1 colorless and a red for a common sorcery. Target creature gets +2/+2 and gains trample until end of turn. It also has a madness pitch at 1 red. Our next card up is Fury Blade Vampire, coming in at 1 colorless and a red for a 1/2 uncommon vampire berserker with trample. At the beginning of combat on your turn, you may discard a card. If you do, Fury Blade Vampire gets +3/+0 until end of turn. Our next card up is Alchemist Greeting, coming in at 4 colorless and a red for a common sorcery. Alchemist Greeting deals 4 damage to target creature. It also has a madness pitch at 1 colorless and 1 red. Our next card up is Incendiary Flow, coming in at 1 colorless and 1 red. It is an uncommon sorcery. Incendiary Flow deals 3 damage to target creature or player. If a creature dealt damage this way would die this turn, you exile it instead. It's a pretty powerful card, especially for 1 colorless and 1 red. I like that a lot. Our next card up is Falconwrath Reaver, coming in at 1 colorless and a red for a common 2/2 vampire. Our next card up is Insatiable Gorgers, coming in at 2 colorless, 2 red for a 5/3 uncommon vampire berserker. Insatiable Gorgers attacks each combat if able. It also has a madness pitch for 3 colorless and 1 red. Next up, we do have a mythic rare. It is Mirrorwing Dragon, coming in at 3 colorless and 2 red for a 4/5 dragon with trample. That simply states whenever a player casts an instant or sorcery spell that targets only Mirrorwing Dragon, that player copies that spell for each other creature he or she controls that the spell could target. Each copy targets a different one of those select creatures. Next up, we have Bold Impaler, coming in at 1 red. It's a 1/2 common vampire knight. For 2 colorless and a red, Bold Impaler gets +2/+0 till end of turn. Our next card up is Nahiri's Wrath, coming in at 2 colorless and red. It's our second mythic of the set, and it is a sorcery. As an additional cost to cast Nahiri's Wrath, discard X cards. Nahiri's Wrath deals damage equal to the total converted mana cost of the discarded cards to each of up to X target creatures and or planeswalkers. If this hit players, this would be ridiculous in the EDH format, but I still like the fact that it does both target creatures and planeswalkers. Very cool card. Our next card up is Borrowed Hostility, coming in at 1 red for a common instant. It does have Escalate 3. You may choose one or both. Target creature gets +3/+0 till end of turn, or target creature gains first strike until end of turn. Our next card up is Blood Mist, coming in at 3 colorless and a red for an uncommon enchantment. At the beginning of combat on your turn, target creature you control gains double strike until end of turn. Our next card up is Deranged Whelp, coming in at 1 colorless and a red for a 2/1 uncommon wolf with Menace. That is one pissed off werewolf. Our next card up is Stinsai Innkeeper, coming in at 3 colorless and a red for a 3/3 common vampire. When Stinsai Innkeeper enters the battlefield, tap target land an opponent controls. That land doesn't untap during its controller's next untap step. Our next card up is Thermo-Alchemist, coming in at 1 colorless and a red for a 0/3 common human shaman with Defender. You may tap Thermo-Alchemist to deal 1 damage to each opponent. Whenever you cast an instant or sorcery spell, you may untap Thermo-Alchemist. Our next card up on this list is Otherworldly Outburst, coming in at 1 red for a common instant. Target creature gets +1/+0 until end of turn. When that creature dies this turn, put a 3/2 colorless Eldrazi horror creature token onto the battlefield. Our next card up is Impetuous Devils, coming in at 2 colorless, 2 red for a 6/1 rare devil with Trample and Haste. When Impetuous Devils attacks, up to 1 target creature defending player controls blocks it this combat if able. At the beginning of the end step, sacrifice Impetuous Devils. Our next card up is Mercurial Geist, coming in at 2 colorless, a blue, and a red for a 1/3 uncommon spirit with flying. Whenever you cast an instant or sorcery spell, Mercurial Geist gets +3/+0 until end of turn. Our next card up is Mourn Willow, coming in at 1 colorless, a black, and a green for a 3/2 uncommon plant skeleton with haste. It also has Delirium. Not a bad little card. Our next card up is Campaign of Vengeance, coming in at 3 colorless, a white, and a black for an uncommon enchantment. Whenever a creature you control attacks, defending player loses 1 life, and you gain 1 life. Our next card up is Grim Flayer, coming in at 1 black and a green for a 2/2 mythic human warrior. He does have Trample. Whenever Grim Flayer deals combat damage to a player, look at the top 3 cards of your library, put any number of them into your graveyard, and the rest back on top of your library in any order. He also has Delirium. Grim Flayer gets +2/+2 as long as there are 4 or more card types among cards in your graveyard. This guy is ridiculous for recursion, and my Reanimate deck cannot wait to have this card. Alright, our next card up is Ride Down, coming in at 1 red and a white for an uncommon instant. Destroy target blocking creature. Creatures that were blocked by that creature this combat gain Trample until end of turn. Alright, our next card up is Spell Queller, coming in at 1 white, 1 colorless, and a blue for a 2/3 rare spirit with flash and flying. When Spell Queller enters the battlefield, exile target spell with converted mana cost of 4 or less. When Spell Queller leaves the battlefield, the exile card's owner may cast that card without paying its mana cost. Definitely an interesting card. Our next card up is Crossroads Consecrator, coming in at 1 green for a 1/2 common human cleric. You may pay 1 green to tap it, and target attacking human gets +1/+1 till end of turn. Our next card up is Wolfkin Bond, coming in at 4 colorless and a green for a common enchant aura. It does state when Wolfkin Bond enters the battlefield, put a 2/2 green wolf creature token onto the battlefield, and a enchanted creature does get +2/+2. Our next card up is Spirit of the Hunt, coming in at 1 colorless and 2 green for a 3/3 rare wolf spirit with flash. When Spirit of the Hunt enters the battlefield, each other creature you control, that's a wolf or a werewolf, gets +0/+3 until end of turn. Our next card up is Ishkana's Graft Widow, coming in at 4 colorless and a green for a 3/5 rare legendary spider with reach. It does have Delirium. When Ishkana's Graft Widow enters the battlefield, if there are 4 or more card types among cards in your graveyard, put 3 1/2 green spider creature tokens with reach onto the battlefield. You may pay 6 colorless and a black, and target opponent loses 1 life for each spider you control. Very interesting. Our next card up is Permeating Mass, coming in at 1 green for a 1/3 rare spirit. When Permeating Mass deals combat damage to a creature, that creature becomes a copy of Permeating Mass. Our next card up is Noose Constrictor, coming in at 1 colorless and a green for a 2/2 uncommon snake. It does have reach, and you may discard a card, and Noose Constrictor gets +1/+1 till end of turn, i.e. another Madness Enabler, and a great active outlet for doing so. Our next card up is Backwoods Survivalists, coming in at 3 colorless and a green for a 4/3 common human warrior. It does have Delirium. As long as there are 4 or more card types among cards in your graveyard, it's going to get +1/+1, and it has Trample. So all in all, not too horribly bad. Our next card up is Bloodbriar, coming in at 2 colorless and a green for a 2/3 common plant elemental. Whenever you sacrifice another permanent, put a 1/1 counter on Bloodbriar. Our next card up is Springstays Ritual, coming in at 3 colorless and a green for a common instant. Destroy target artifact or enchantment, and you gain 4 life. Our next card up is Primal Druid, coming in at 1 colorless and a green for a 0/3 common human druid. When Primal Druid dies, you may search your library for a basic land card, put it on the battlefield tapped, then shuffle your library. Our next card up is Summerwald Stag, coming in at 3 colorless and 2 green for a 4/3 uncommon elk. When Summerwald Stag enters the battlefield, you may have it fight target creature you don't control. Our next creature up is Hamlet Captain, coming in at 1 colorless and a green for a 2/2 uncommon human warrior. Whenever Hamlet Captain attacks or blocks, other humans you control get +1/+1 until end of turn. Our next card up is Clear Shot, coming in at 2 colorless and a green for an uncommon instant. Target creature you control gets +1/+1 until end of turn. It deals damage equal to its power to target creature you don't control. And our last card of tonight is going to be Woodcutter's Grit, coming in at 2 colorless and a green for a common instant. Target creature you control gets +3/+3 and gains hexproof until end of turn. Thank you guys for watching episode 5 of our Eldritch Moon Spoilers. Episode 6 is coming incredibly soon. Again, I do apologize for the delay in these videos and spoilers, but with my new work schedule, Sundays and late nights on my work days are the only times I have to put in. So please bear with me, and I will work on getting these videos as quickly as possible. As always, if you haven't already subscribed to mtg-portal, please help us out. Click that subscribe button down below, because I have no idea what you're waiting for. If you've already subscribed to mtg-portal, thank you for your support. Go ahead and check out our Facebook blogs by clicking that link down below, and if you'd like to get involved in Patreon and help in other ways by supporting mtg-portal financially, there is a link for you down below. We do reward all of our patrons and take care of your patronage. You do have an opportunity to win yourself some booster packs and help decide and support which kind of opening content we do right here on the channel. As always, mtg-portal will always be free and does not require your patronage, but your support is greatly appreciated. Thank you guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope it was informative in some of the upcoming cards that are going to be coming to Eldritch Moon and our playfields here soon. As always, leave your comments, suggestions down below on what you liked, what you didn't like, and what we can do better. And look forward to all new breaking content, spoilers, and product openings right here at mtg-portal. Love you all. Thanks for watching. We'll talk to you all soon. Have a wonderful night, and take care.